Alright, you guys, who can tell me what a pen pal is? Who knows what a pen pal is? Ooh. Eva.
A pen pal is like someone who writes to someone and then they send it in the mail to them and then they write back and they just sort of write notes. So like if it's their birthday, how they're doing, what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. So we are the lucky class that gets to be pen pals with Mrs. Thompson's 5th grade class. So what that means, I know, what that means is we are going to start it off. We are going to write a letter. That is what we're going to do today. And we have some Christmas cards that we're going to do our finale on. Okay? So first of all, we need to figure out, do you guys remember, what is it that we keep learning about? What are our learning goals? Why do we have to do our learning goals, Bridger?
Well, I was going to say, what's a finale?
Oh, what's a finale?
Yeah.
A finale is like your final project. Your final project. So we're going to write our letters, and then we're going to write the final letter after we revise it and everything onto one of these really pretty Christmas cards. So your pen pal. So who can tell me what we've been learning? What do we need to teach you guys? And what you need to know? What are those called?
How to write,
Starts with an S. Something that I have to remember. Want some help? Campbell, do you know?
Standards.
Standards. We have standards, remember? So, this is some of the standards that we're going to do, and I wrote it a little differently so you can understand them, okay? So can you guys all read this with me?
I can compose.
What does compose mean? Does anybody know? Cooper.
Like write?
Yes. I'll put this up here just so you know. I can write or compose is put together. Okay? Go on. A
Friendly letter and include the date, street, body,
and signature. Signature is like the closing. Okay? Same thing we've been working on, it's just a different little word. Yes?
Isn't it your name?
It is your name. So, body and signature. You know, we could just put closing. Closing. Okay, so let's do number 2.
I can write a variety
of complete sentences. Does anybody have any questions about those words? Connor. What is variety? Who knows what variety means? These are some great vocabulary words. You can do a lot, a variety, kind of, but a little more specific. Carmen, do you have an idea? That's kind of what Connor said. Mason.
Like, you write a lot of, like, sentences in your pen pal.
A lot, but are they similar sentences or could they be different sentences? Different sentences, a variety. They're like an example. You might ask him, you might tell him about yourself, and then you might, tell him about your favorite color. We'll go into some things, and then you ask questions about them. So you're writing a variety of different sentences. They could be questions, they could be, descriptions, all sorts of different things. Number 3.
I can delete or add words to clarify meaning
during the revising process. Oh my goodness. Anything? Do you guys get that? Bodie?
Revising.
Revising. What does revising mean? What does revising? What else? Caitlin? Clarify? Okay, let me tell you. So I can delete or add words. We know what that is. Take words and out and away. So if you clarify something, say you write a sentence. You know what clarify means? Go ahead.
I think so. Check over it again and see if it's right, and then mistakes fix it.
Right, or if you might need to explain something a little bit more in it. Maybe you didn't write a complete sentence, so you need to go back and, rewrite it and explain what you were writing a little bit better. And revising means just doing it again. So if you write something, you write a letter out, and then you reread it, and you're like, oh, I should have actually put this in there. So you make a little arrow, and you could say, I want to put this in there, and you write it on the side, and then you read it some more, and it's like, oh, I shouldn't have put that word in. So you revise it, you change it, and then on the final, you make all those changes on this. Okay, Bodhi.
Clarify.
Oh, I kind of just went over that. What does clarify mean? Does anybody remember? Eva.
Clarify means you like go back and you make sure that it's like right. Like there's like if it's like a sentence I can read, it's not like I can read.
Right.
Like it makes sense and like you explain stuff.
Yeah, you explain stuff. Does that make sense for you? To clarify? Okay, good. Nice job, Eva. Hey, did Eva just clarify what clarify meant?
Yeah.
Yeah? She totally did. She explained it, didn't she? Good job. All right, how about number 4? I can check my letter and my neighbor's letter for accuracy. Any words on that? Brianna? Accuracy? Who knows what accuracy means? Anybody? You want to try? Go ahead.
Like there's a mistake.
Exactly. Yep, accuracy. And I have a special thing. This is on your desk, okay? Why don't we go over this right now, okay? We are going to write our letter. Writing is one way to what? Brianna? Yes, communicate. It's one way to communicate and stay in touch. Maybe your grandparents live far away, and they don't know how to text yet or email. So what you could write, it's one way. It's kind of becoming a lost art, but it's really good to know. What's something else you could write, just out of curiosity? Once you receive a gift or something, what could you do in return? Type of writing, Carmen? A thank you card. Thank you cards are awesome. I think they're way better than a text. That's just my personal opinion. But a thank you card. Is it fun to get a card that says thank you so much? I really enjoyed. It's very nice. It's very personal. It's very nice. Bodhi, do you have a question?
I was just gonna say you could send a get better note.
Yes, you could send a get well card or a note. Yes. Wonderful. Okay, so let's just look at this. This is what you're going to do at the end. After you're going to get your, not yet, you're going to get your writing journals out, and we're going to write our letter. We're going to go over this, though. This is what you need to remember in your letter. Okay? Now, everybody look at this. It says student right here. Do you guys see where it says student? And it has a smiley face and a frowny face. Okay, this is where you get to check yourself. So if I'm writing my paper and I just wrote it, and it says my writing is neat, and I look at my letter and I'm like, ooh, gosh, it's not so neat. I might need to change that. I need to be aware of it, because you know who's going to check it next? Rana. No, peer. Do you know what a peer is?
No.
No. It's like your Tyler.
If somebody else let things how you have them.
Yes. So Tyler, maybe Aubrey checks yours. And Aubrey, on top of peer, she's going to write Aubrey. And Aubrey's going to check it to make sure that your letter has all these things. And then I can look at it and I can say, okay, Tyler thinks this. Aubrey thinks this about his letter. And I'm like, I wonder what I think. And it also helps me know if you guys are understanding what you need to have. And you guys are checking each other, so you have to remember what you have to have and what your neighbor has to have. That's a lot of remembering, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at the first one. My writing is neat. Okay, that's the first one. So when you're writing your rough draft, I would write neatly. Okay? Avery, do you have a question? Oh, just a minute. Then number 2, I included the date. Okay, we have to remember the date. Where can we find the date if we need to? Look. Yep, right over there. Number 3. This is kind of hard to read, but I included the greeting and capitalized the name of the person I'm writing to. Remember that. I also put something in here as well. It says I used a comma after my, it should be greeting actually. Let's look at the next one. I included a message or body in my letter. Okay, that's the main part of your letter. Okay, I'm going to ask you, what is something else that we have to remember with our body of our letter? That's not on here, but I think maybe we should add it. Is there something we should add to this? Because we can always revise things. See, this is good. We are revising the rubric. Just like you're going to revise your letter. So what is something else that we need to remember in the body of the letter? Adeline? To indent. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
We indent the first sentence. So let's put remember to indent the first sentence.
How do you spell indent? That's a lot.
Oh, you can just put remember to indent.
How do you spell remember? How do you spell indent?
How do you spell remember? Can you guys see that?
No.
How do you, okay, sound it out. No, remember.
Oh.
Aubrey, don't blurt out, please. Caitlin, how do you spell it? R-E. Remember. Yep. Correct. Good job.
It's up there.
It's up there. Shh. Indent. How do we spell indent? Cooper.
I-N-D-E-N-T.
Good job. Let's look at the next one. I ended my letter with a closing and signed my name. Then I looked at this and I thought, oh, we need to put this other thing. It says, I used a comma after my closing. So you could say, your pen pal, comma, and then your name. What does the last one say? I read over my writing and it makes sense. Okay, so these things, you guys, you're going to have to go through your writing and make sure that all of these have a smiley face. And then you're going to find a partner and they're going to check your writing. So does it need to be neat? Yes, because your partner has to read it too. And so does the 5th grade student.
I thought we were putting it on the.
We are, but we're going to write it first. We start out with, you think, the first, because they don't know us. What should we say? Brianna. Yeah, tell us your name. So you might want to put your name. Like you could say, my name is Brianna, and I'm in 2nd grade at Thompson. What else would you say? What else could you put in there? Bridger, let's brainstorm some ideas, you guys. What else could we put in?
You could put maybe like, I am a boy, because when they write back,
Great.
they know you're a boy or something.
Yep, you could write, I am a boy. I am a boy or girl. Yep, what else? Ezra.
So, I like to play this.
So tell them about yourself. Tell them what you like. I'm just going to write some things like what you like. What you like. What are some other things? Campbell.
Tell them how old you are.
Yeah, how old you are. How old you are. What else? You can ask them some questions. This is a good way. Look, this is, because I'm hoping we can have long term for the rest of the year with these guys. And these letters can help you learn about the fort. So you can ask them questions about themselves and the fort. Right?
Also, write our last name.
You could. Yeah, you could. I think that'll be fine. Anything else? Oh, so ask questions. So I might just put fort, ask them questions about them. like, what they like, what else? Yeah, and do. Parker.
You could ask them like the question like,
Those are all great ones. You want to get to know them. So that's what we're doing. We're getting to know them. What did you have one more?
you could ask them if they have a pet or not.
Yeah, a pet. Maybe their favorite thing to do. You know, if they have any hobbies. Should we write down hobbies?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll write hobbies over here.
Wait, what is hobby?
What is hobbies? What are hobbies? What are hobbies? Aubrey.
It's like something you pick to do for a long time.
Yeah, it could be for a long time. It could be for a short time, though. Yeah, it's something that you like to do. You really like to do. For example, I guess a hobby for me is to play soccer. I really like that. And I really love to draw and do art. Those are some of my favorite things. And I love to teach. Well, that hopefully is going to be my job. But, yes, I love to teach kids. Bodie.
A hobby is something that you're really good at, and you do that for a long time.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. You might not be really good at it, but you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Your hobby could be golf. You might not be a very good golfer, but if you enjoy it, that's still your hobby, right? Yeah. Okay. So these are some ideas, you guys. So I want you to get out your writing journals, and you're going to write a letter to your pen pal. Where's your writing journal? It needs to be out. Heather, get your writing journal out. Yes. You can shut that. All right. So get your writing journals out. Okay. So guys, now that we're pretty much finished with our writing, I want you to take this out and I want you to look at it. Again, your letter writing checklist. This is for you. Take a few minutes. Make sure. Check to see if your writing's neat. And then you give it a smiley face or a non-smiley face. Shh. Andrea, we're not working out right now. I included the date. Go through your whole checklist. Take 1 minute or 2 minutes and go through this. Bridger, please go ahead.
What could be a good closing?
What could be a good closing? Maybe just from Bridger. Or you could say from your pen pal, Bridger. Just say put from Bridger. Aubrey.
All I did was your pen pal, Aubrey.
Your pen pal, comma, Aubrey. Yeah, that works great.
That seems like a little bit more in.
If you want, that's pretty good. You have almost a... Okay, so now what I want you to do is find a partner next to you and give them so Tyler and Aubrey, why don't you guys switch? Give them your letter and this. So what? So let's say, this is my, shh, wait.
Just say by step.
Not yet, everybody stop. Ashton, please sit down. You guys, if I am Sydney, this is mine, and this is hers, she's going to give me her book and her evaluation form. I am going to write, see where it says peer, the second set? I'm going to write my name above here, and I'm going to go through her letter and mark what I think. Okay? If she did not write neatly, I will circle the not neatly one, the sad face. I included the date. If she includes the date, I'll circle the happy face. Does that make sense? And I'll go through it. Make sure that she has her commas, her capitals, and if you have a comment, you can write it at the bottom. Okay? So go ahead, and with the neighbor that's next to you, switch. No? You want to switch with Ashton? Did you switch with somebody? Ashton, do you want to switch with Carmen?
You never did these, but mine.
Did you go through your... Okay, so here you go, Ashton.
This is today.
This says students, that's yours. This is peer. This is you do it for somebody else.